Welcome back. Welcome to Springboard Family Workshop number 4. My name is Miss Cullivan, and I will be running this workshop for you today. I am a second grade teacher here at Cobbett Elementary School, and I am also the program leader for the Springboard Tutoring Program here at Cobbett. If you have any questions or concerns about the Springboard Tutoring Program or about this video that you're about to watch, you can text or call me at 781-484-9988. So this is workshop number 4 out of 5, and this workshop is called Scoop. All right. Just want to remind you that your child has a goal that we are working towards during their tutoring sessions after school, and you are working towards them at home with them. And our hope is that together, with the strategies that we're teaching them in the tutoring program and the work that they're doing with you at home, that we're going to give your child that extra boost to help them improve in their reading. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to remember, feel free to pause the video at any time and write down your thoughts and your ideas. If you do have any questions, write them down and you can text them or call me with them, but you can also contact your child's tutor, and any one of us will be happy to help you answer your questions. So today's strategy is called Scoop. It has 3 parts to it. First, we'll pause and we're going to do some practice. This is the yellow light where we warm up to read like storytellers. Second, we will practice scooping our fingers under phrases of words rather than pointing our finger word by word by word and kind of sounding like a choppy robot. We want to sound more fluent and flow. So scooping phrases and chunks of words is going to help our reading sound more fluent. The last thing is we're going to try to put all those words together to get the green light to go and read the sentence as smoothly as possible. So the yellow light's going to warm us up. Might be when we're reading each word at a time. Then we're going to scoop some phrases and practice those, and then we're going to try to read the whole sentence all together. This is a really great strategy for your beginning readers because sometimes a big long book or a lot of sentences or a big long passage in a book can be overwhelming for beginning readers, and sometimes just focusing on one sentence at a time is all that our little guys can handle, and that's fine. Because as soon as kids start to feel a little bit of success, that's going to build up their confidence. It's going to make them want to do it more, and they're going to get better and better at it. Don't worry about it being perfect the first time. We practice every time we read, right? Why? Reading word by word can be robotic and choppy. Scooping allows you to move in the direction of smooth and fluent reading. When you're reading it word by word and it's choppy like that, it's really hard to understand the story. It's very hard to understand the sentence when you're simply focused on one word at a time. And to be a good reader, you've got to think about all of the words that you're reading. And so scooping the words makes your words come out more fluently and more smoothly, and that's going to help with your comprehension. So the kids are going to learn to use their finger to scoop a few words together at a time and eventually put it all together like they're talking smoothly. It helps us make more sense of the story and the book we're reading. All right. So some tips and tricks to doing this is encourage kids to read at first slow and accurate readings of the words. You don't want them to practice over and over and over reading the word the wrong way. Okay, so if they see the word house, but they keep saying home, you don't want them to repeatedly read that word wrong. You don't want them to practice that word wrong. So at the beginning, it may be slow, but you want them to be accurate, correct, read the words correctly. Rushing is to sound like a storyteller can lead to many mistakes. So sometimes in school I see children who try to read so fast, but they're making so many mistakes that what they're reading doesn't even make sense. Okay, so you do want them to be accurate, and faster is not always better. You want to encourage kids to read slowly so they can learn the words. So you might hear the child at first say, I love this chocolate cake. They may read it like that slowly, and that's fine when they're first getting started. All right, but then use your fingers to scoop a few words together. So you might say, I love, instead of I love. This chocolate cake, instead of this chocolate cake. There's a little more to the sentence. Tim yelled happily. So see how they've scooped it? Now, we as fluent readers, we do that with our eyes. We don't use our fingers, but the kids can actually use their finger to scoop right under those words. And depending upon what you're reading, if it's a piece of paper that you've printed out, they can actually write on the paper. So obviously, if it's a book, you don't want them to write in the book. But if you print something out, they could scoop right under those words or just use their words. Okay, so they've read it one word at a time. And now they've practiced scooping. I love this chocolate cake. Tim yelled happily. And you might have to practice that a couple of times with them. I love this chocolate cake. Tim yelled happily. Then you can go back and have them try to put those scoops all together. I love this chocolate cake. Tim yelled happily. Okay, do you see how they did that? All right, and they might use their eyes, they might run their finger right along. I love this chocolate cake, Tim yelled happily. And you can practice it a couple of times over and over again. And that is why also reading the same book over and over again is not necessarily a bad thing, because the first time they read it, there might be a lot of mistakes, it might be choppy, it might be slow. The second time, it's going to be a little bit smoother. The third time, it's going to be a little bit smoother. Who cares if they want to read that same book over and over again a few times? Let them be successful and feel confident before they try something new. All right, you are watching this video number 4. I'm not sure if you've already seen numbers 1, 2, and 3, but you know, if you did, you know that we always have a secret code. This phrase can be passed on to me via text or phone call, or to your child's tutor, which you have their numbers to text as well, as your way of proving that you've watched this video. So if today's secret code is I can drive a car. So you text this phrase with your child's name to me or your child's tutor and just let them know, hey, I've watched workshop number 4 and we are going to give your child credit for you attending this workshop. And that means your child's going to get a whole bunch of points on their Connect app, which will then help them earn prizes at the end of our tutoring session. It's 1,200 points that they need to earn in order to win the first level of prizes. 1,600 points will earn them the top level of prizes. And they can earn prizes by attending their tutoring sessions, by you coming to these workshops, and the third one is them practicing reading at home, which I can tell you is where we're lacking in points at Cobbett Elementary. I don't think it's that kids are not reading. I think it's that we're forgetting to put them into the Connect app. So please, if your child is reading, hop onto that Connect app and put them down for the amount of minutes they read every day. Those points will add up quickly. We do have several children who have already reached 1,200. We have one child who has already reached 1,600. And I'm really hoping the rest of you can before the end of the session so that your child can win some prizes as well. Any questions with that, please contact your child's tutor or myself and we'll be able to help you with that. All right, there are two links for two videos that will show you an adult working with a child on the scoop strategy if you would like to watch those. All right, and to just remind you, the 3 steps of the scooping strategy. One is the yellow light, the warm up where they're reading slowly. That's where you get the yellow light, slow. Reading slowly but accurate. Make sure they're reading those words correctly. Second step, scoop some phrases, 2 or 3 words together. Practice reading the scoops, the phrases quickly together. And then step 3, put them all together to read the full sentence fluently and smoothly. All right, here are some other questions that you can use while you're working with your child at home. Feel free to pause the video, take a screenshot of these questions, or jot them down in your notes. And we've talked about this quite a bit on each one of our workshops, but just to remind you, there's 4 areas we're working with your child on. The first one is accuracy, which is reading the words correctly, figuring out how to read them correctly. The second one is fluency, which is sounding like a storyteller, which today's strategy addressed that one. Comprehension, which is understanding the story. And engagement, which means being involved and enjoying what you're reading. Now, all 4 of these skills help each other to improve. So you get better at accuracy, you're going to be better at comprehension. You get better at fluency, you're going to be better at comprehension. So they all help each other. We're working on all 4 at the same time. And our hope is that by the end, we're going to have a skilled reader who enjoys and loves to read. Don't forget about reading A to Z. It is a great resource for you and your child. There are so many books available for them to read, and you have a membership to this website for a whole year. So you'll be able to use it for the rest of the school year as well as through the summer. All right, and one more time, don't forget to enter those reading points every day. If your child is reading, please put the points in, right? If you haven't done it, go back and put them in for the other days. Give them credit for the work they've done so they can win those prizes. Any help with that, you can text help and to the Connect phone number, and they'll help you, or you can contact your child's tutors, and we're happy to help you with that. All right, feel free to follow us on Facebook or Twitter. We'll follow Springboard. They do sometimes post things for parents. And finally, I just want to say thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to watch this video. Don't forget to text your tutor the secret code so that you get points and credit for attending. And I hope you find some time over the next week or 2 to practice the scooping strategy with your child at home. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.